So this thing was 60 grand, now 58, 2019. There is some overspray. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now is only 60,000. You guys aren't gonna believe this. What is up, and welcome back to Toyota Fanatics. If you guys remember, about a week ago, we were here at the exact same spot. Well, we were about 2 parking spots down, but we were here with the T100 because we were here picking up the OG Sequoia, and I had such a great time with the service department at the Toyota dealership that I decided to try out their parts department. We're here to pick up a part right now for the T100, but in the last week, since I was here and since today, there was an insane storm. I mean, they called it like a river in the sky.
Flooding, mudslides, and downed trees in the Santa Cruz. You can see the atmospheric river line up right here.
Every single car in this town was filthy, but the storm is over. We got sunny skies once again, and yesterday was the day that I went and cleaned the Sequoia. This thing is like new. I hate pebbles in my tires. I don't know if you guys out there know what I'm talking about, but you know when like there's a whole storm or a huge patch of horrible weather and you have to just let your car get destroyed and the floors inside just get wrecked, but finally when it clears up and you know there is no rain ahead, you get to just go ahead and detail the inside and outside, and that is today. It is the most beautiful day, so let's get going. So this is some sort of overflow lot right here for the dealer. You can see they're actually here right now dropping off some other vehicles. Yeah, this thing looks like it's been sitting for a little while. I don't know if you guys agree. I wonder if these are just trade-ins or what their deal is, but yeah, these things are definitely doing some long-term parking right here, which I'm actually not surprised. I personally think Audis are some of the worst vehicles on the planet. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if there's some Audi or Audi fans out there, whatever you guys call it, but that's not good. Anyways, last time I was here, you guys, we talked about that, what was it, a 2016 with 118,000 miles for almost 40 grand, and I said that it would be about 40,000 out the door. I was completely wrong. That would be about 45,000 plus out the door. So Toyota Santa Cruz. You know, Santa Cruz isn't really a small town, but this is definitely a small dealership. The service department's awesome. The parts department's awesome, but the sales department. I came here in 2012 and I bought a brand new 2012 Tacoma. When I went into the finance room, the guy, I will never forget this. The guy said to me, "Hey, for the cost of half a burrito a day, I can get you into an extended warranty." A half a burrito a day. I said, "Well, how much is a burrito?" He said $8. So I said, for $4 a day. Well, he didn't want to talk dollars. He wanted to talk burritos. So I said, "So you want me to give you a half a burrito a day?" No. You're going to be giving me money. I go, "Well, if I'm giving you money, why are we talking burritos right now?" And I think it was just to soften the blow. Anyways, on the test drive, he tells me, as you know, Toyotas are bulletproof, so I don't even need to sell it. The car sells itself. And then we go in the finance room and he tells me, you know, Toyotas are no more reliable than any other vehicle in the world, and I'd be a fool not to get the extended warranty. It was an unpleasant experience. Fast forward 1 year, I go to buy another brand new Toyota, and for the first time ever, I go over to San Jose and I go to Stevens Creek Toyota. And as I'm in the finance room, the guy says, "Hey, you want the extended warranty?" I said, "Nope." He said, "All right, cool." We moved on. I said, "Hey, why aren't you hounding me to death about this thing?" And he said, "I don't need to." Right? I told him I was from Santa Cruz. "What's up, man? Oh, you're a Toyota salesman. Do you drive a Toyota?"
I do.
Anyways, the sales manager at Stevens Creek Toyota tells me, "Listen, we sell 100 cars a day." Okay? 100 cars a day. He said Toyota Santa Cruz is lucky to sell 3. So they really need to get those 3 sales as high as they can. He said, "Here, no big deal." He said, "We'd like to sell an extended warranty. We ask you if you're interested. If you are, if you're not, whatever, it doesn't mean anything to us." So there is something to be said that buying from a bigger dealership, you can definitely get some bigger savings. I'm not saying that the little guys aren't important, but if they rub you the wrong way, it's time to move on. So first thing I notice is our 2016 that we looked at 1 week ago is gone. So I think somebody bought it. I'll keep an eye out around town and we will see. So this thing was 60 grand, now 58. You'd be insane not to pick it up for 58,000. We got a 2019, which is kind of not my favorite year because for 2020, they got the bigger screen, the new gauge cluster, a ton of little changes for the 4Runner. And I wouldn't go 2019 unless I got a smoking deal on it. I do notice there there is some overspray. What looks like overspray. There's definitely some overspray on that fender right there. I'm afraid something happened right here. Let's check the other side. And the other side has no overspray. Huh. So yeah, this thing definitely suffered some sort of trauma in the front region. The wife called me, you guys. I had to stop filming. So I'm no automotive genius or nothing, but when I was, man, I told you guys my obsession started with buying and selling vehicles when I was probably 14 or 15 years old, and my dad and I, we used to go look at everything. And I mean, he'd walk around a car and within 2 seconds, you can just look at all the gaps, look at the glass, you know, see if it's the OEM glass, just, I mean, check for overspray. I mean, I don't know if I have a special knack for this stuff, but I can climb over a vehicle in about 2 minutes on the outside. I can make a pretty good assessment about what's going on. You know, it's interesting that this thing is certified used and has had some paint work done. Do not know the extent of it, but you can, oh, you can definitely see it right there. You can definitely see that something happened here. So I would venture to say that front fender has been repainted, maybe even the front bumper. Yeah, look at that. You can see overspray right up in that little crevice right there. I don't want to talk too bad about it. The salesman just walked up with a guy and they're checking it out right now. So I don't want to spoil the guy's fun. You know what? Buyer beware. Let's do a quick look underneath. See if we can spot any more signs of damage. It doesn't look like it. I mean, horrendous overspray right there. Whoever did this job should be fired. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Toyota Santa Cruz, you should be ashamed. So basically they sold that other vehicle that was a terrible buy and they replaced it with an even worse one. At least I didn't see any body damage or recent repairs. $58,000. All right, for right now, we're moving on. So was 49, now 47. You know, I'm like tempted to look inside the fenders of every single one of these vehicles now. No, and this thing's clean, except this one is missing the two clips right there. And this has been fixed too. This has absolutely been repainted. I don't know if you guys can pick up on that. Look at that. You see that? Also, not that it's a deal breaker or anything, but you can see, you know, wet spots from oil right there. And with 31,000 miles, how does that happen? 31,000 miles and you're already seeing oil spots? That's not cool. So basically I can just walk down the line here. Was 62, now is only 60,990. And let's see what's wrong with this thing. You guys aren't gonna believe this. You guys are not going to believe this. Look at this. Overspray all over the front bumper. Whoever taped, I mean, I think Stevie Wonder taped this thing off right here. Again, overspray all over up there. Overspray. This is supposed to be black. Oh my goodness. So they're like 3 for 3 right now on botched repairs. $60,000, 30,000 miles. Again, we got the overspray on the bolts, overspray on the inner fender. Holy smokes, you guys. Man, if you came here right now and you saw these 3 vehicles, you would think they're certified. They're nearly brand new. The prices are so high. How could they possibly hit you up with a vehicle that has had repairs? Oh, this side's the same. Look at that. Oh God, this was like painted in someone's garage. Oh my gosh, look at how horrible that is. They just painted right over the sensor. Wow. Wow. I mean, do I dare to even keep going?
Wow.
So right down the street, walking back to the car, we got Subaru of Santa Cruz, which is owned by Toyota Santa Cruz. But look at this thing, you guys. It has a tinted windshield. Tinted windshield, tinted front windows. I guarantee you will get pulled over in the first 20 seconds of ownership. It also has some tarnished tops of the headlights, but this thing's nice. 1794. We got the GM tow mirrors right there. You know, I've actually never seen the GM tow mirrors in person on a Tundra before. When I first saw them for sale, and this is back when I had the Crew Max, I was definitely like, wow, I got to get those. But then, you know what? I don't know if GM parts really cross up that well on a Toyota. So, all right, I can't help myself. We're almost back to the car, and then we got to go get some gas. But let's see if there's any obvious signs of trauma on this thing. This thing's pretty cool. Okay, we got some water in the tail light. That's definitely going to be an issue. We got the TRD sway back there. This thing is really nice, but oh, look at it. It has like an LED strip back here, like an Amazon LED strip that is just rotten. We got tailgate inserts that are definitely showing their age. This thing is beautiful though. No dings, no dents. Definitely super, super, super clean. Look, it even has a piece of protective film right there so it doesn't get all scratched up. This thing is very nice. We got some bubbling on the grill also. I have a feeling like this is an out-of-state vehicle or something weird's going on with it. Would I buy it? Absolutely not. With that, we made it back. And I gotta tell you guys, I actually think that's a lot of fun. Got my part, and you guys, this is for the T100. And I bet you this part has been sitting in a warehouse for 20 years. In fact, the guy at the Toyota dealership said, hey, I hope you don't need another one of these because that's the last one on the planet. So that's pretty cool. And this thing was only 16 bucks. So right on. Anyways, let's go get some gas and then go home and see if this thing fits. Fun never stops. So I literally pull out of the parking spot and I spot this vehicle transporter coming in. And what does it have? Lifted trucks, lifted Tundra. Is this seriously the same truck as last week? Dude, this truck's killer, man. Is it going to the Toyota dealership?
It's going to this one, the Subaru.
Oh, Subaru, huh? Oh, look at this thing, dude. This thing's bad. King coilovers. Wow. I wonder if they're gonna have it for sale.
Yeah. They're gonna have to
clean it up and everything.
Yeah, because I picked them up on a what's it called? It's a Manheim. It's like a Vesta, like where the dealers get a.
Yeah, this thing's killer, man. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, he said this thing just came from an auction, so all right, we'll check back with it in a couple weeks, but yeah, that thing has definitely had a good time. But man, King coilovers, the methods, oh, that thing is badass. I don't know why, I always tend to put Supreme in my vehicles. I know you don't need to. I know the vehicle doesn't call for it, but I just feel like for a few cents more, you get what you pay for, right? I don't know. Leave a comment below. Do you guys use Supreme? Anyways, that is gonna wrap up this video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Everybody drop a big old like, and I'm gonna go home and work on the T100, but we will save that for another video. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Later.